Hello fellow gamers, my name is Neverwho and I want to welcome you to the Gameperial channel. Also, I want to introduce you to the entirely new section of our channel that's gonna be dedicated exclusively to builds, guides and strategies for different games. And in this episode, we're gonna take a look at Borderlands 2 Gunzerker build. So let's get started, shall we? To begin with, let's talk about gear that we need for this build. Important parts first. As our primary weapon, we'll be using two double penetrating uncapped heralds. As our secondary weapon, we're gonna use Ruby or Grog Nozzle. If you don't have Grog Nozzle, well, don't worry, Ruby will be more than enough to heal you up considering the amount of damage we deal. As for class mod, well, we do really want the Auspicious Raider class mod, cause it gives you plus 6 points to money shot skill, which is kind of foundation stone of the entire build. If you have low level Auspicious Raider class mode, you don't need to reform it. The only thing you want from this mod is actually plus 6 points to money shot. And what about Relic? Well, I recommend using Sheriff's Badge. It gives you pistol damage, fire rate, and both stats are really great for this build. Shield and Grenade mod is not that important for that build. You can use any shield you like and any kind of slag grenade mod. Now let's take a look at basic layout of the build and talk about each important skill in greater details. So here we go guys, that's the build I'm using. Link to this build gonna be in the description below. Okay, let's start with the most important skills in this build. And this skill is called Money Shot. So what this skill does is it provides your last bullet in the magazine with additional 880% damage if you have your Auspicious Raider class mode equipped. And as you probably remember, this mod gives you 6 additional points to money shot skill. This skill actually needs a bit of clarification. Last bullet in the description actually stands for the shot that empties your magazine. I mean, if your gun consumes 6 bullets per shot, as our heralds, all those 6 bullets gonna benefit from money shot skill. Okay, now about all the other skills in this build. Locked and Loaded. Reloading your gun gives you a fire rate bonus. And this skill actually works great with the guns we are using. Heralds consume 6 bullets per shot and there are only 24 bullets in the magazine. So you're gonna be reloading pretty damn often. And fire rate is our good friend. Faster you shoot, more money shots you have. I'm Your Huckleberry is pretty self-explanatory. Damage and reload speed, nothing really to talk about. Divergent Likeness, plus 30% damage. And as we're gonna be using 2 heralds most of the time, unless we need to heal up, it's a constant 30% damage. So yeah, that's pretty good skill. Down Not Out. Well, it happens quite often that you go down and boss or enemy has a tiny bit of health left. And as Gunzerker basically doubles your damage output, this talent makes it way more likely that you're gonna kill an enemy while you're in fight for your life state. Now let's take a look at Rampage skill tree, and we're gonna start off with Inconceivable skill, and this one is pretty important. So it gives you a chance not to consume ammo, and if you're pretty lucky, this skill will proc at the emptying shot, that will still be considered as money shot and will receive all benefits from money shot. And also your next shot will still be money shot. That's kinda a lot of money shots in a row actually. So you can end up with like 5 money shots in a row. And that's, to be honest, quite ridiculous amounts of damage. And we won't be using Filled to the Brim skill, cause we want as many money shots as we possibly can. And larger magazine size doesn't help us with that, right? Last longer. Another obvious one, we want to spend Gunzerking as much time as we possibly can, so plus 15 seconds to Gunzerking? More please. All-in Reflexes is actually used only to get to high tiers of skill tree. I'm ready already. This skill will just help us minimize our downtime. I mean, when we are not Gunzerking. So it's a pretty good one. Steady as she goes. 1 point for 80% recoil reduction and chance to improve accuracy? Sounds great to me. Double your fun. Well, I'm the person who really liked nades in Borderlands 2, so I totally love that talent. And actually, it's quite nice to throw 2 nades when you want to slag an enemy. So yeah, another good 1 point investment. Get Some is pretty self-explanatory, cooldown reduction, pretty good. Keep Firing, reload speed plus fire rate, great, we want those stats. So last 9 points you can put wherever you want. Crit damage, movement speed, HP regen, it's totally up to you. But I go for Keep It Piping Hot, no kill like overkill and quick draw. Why? Well, As we want to maximize our damage output, crit damage is always good for that, right? Gun damage when we are not Gunzerking is pretty good too, though we don't have that much downtime. And no kill, like overkill, is great when you are fighting multiple targets. So now it's time to show this build in action. Let's go and kill Pyro Pete. That's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, suggestions or whatever, feel free to post it in comment section below or on our Facebook or Twitter. All the links gonna be in the description. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you guys next time.